My Lord, Hare Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Yatah Sarvani Bhutani Pratibhanti Stitani Cha Yatraiva Pasamamayanti Tasmai Satyatane Namaha. Jnata Jnanam Tatha Jnayam Drashta Darsana Drisya Bhu Karta Hetuh Kriya Jasmat Tasmai Gyamtyatane Namaha. Spurante Sikara Jasmat Ananda Sambare Vano Sarve Sam Jivanam Tasmai Brahmanandatwane Namaha. Brahmanandatwane Namaha. Vedodadhim Samunavatya Jnanaratnam Samudritam Yena Tasmai Vasithaya Gurunam Gurave Namaha. Vasith ji Bhagavan ki jai. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Sabda Brahma ki jai. Saraswati Maharani ki jai. Yoga Vasith ji Bhagavan ki jai. Hare Om. Yoga Vasishtha Nirvana Prakaran Uttarardha. The last half of Yoga Vasishtha Nirvana Prakaran, 28th chapter. The similarity between the individual being and the universal being. That is our topic. Yesterday, whatever we saw, after that, कल यही देखे थे, सबसे पहले हिमकण के सदृश तथा शुक्र वीर्य रूप उपाधि से युक्त जीव होता है। यह मुनियों का मत है। इस शुक्रोपहित जीव से ही माता पिता के मैथुन काल में अचल पूर्णानंद ब्रह्म का भोगाकार वृत्ति में प्रतिबिंब पड़ने से रति रूप आनंद प्रवृत्त होता है। इसे आनंद की एक मात्रा को लेकर, पूर्णानंद का एक मात्रा को लेकर दूसरे प्राणी अपने अपने आनंद का निर्वाह करते हैं। इस अर्थ का प्रतिपादक श्रुति भी इस विषय में प्रमाण है। और how the fertilization takes place at that particular time, how a ray of bliss is borrowed, as it were, from the absolute bliss, and that's how all the beings, they go on taking birth and everything. They go on in the cycle of birth and death, this world, everywhere. The rage of the particles of bliss is scattered out, as it were, or sprinkled out. The whole world is the different bliss particles of the Absolute. Just as a fountain, the water gets sprinkled out with a force, and everywhere only we get water particles. Similarly, this world is full of the particles of bliss. So here you may ask, why people are miserable then? Why everybody is not happy? Nobody is happy, and not this much further one step ahead. भगवान कृष्ण बोल दिए कि दुखालयम अशाश्वतम, एक साइन बोर्ड लगा दिए. Bhagavan Krishna put a signboard. This world is house of miseries and it is transitory. So how do you say the whole world is this, the rage of bliss only? Yes, we can say both. Just as we saw the magic card, background is white and front side is yellow in between white. So that bliss particle is experienced by every being, starting from the ant to the Indra, the king of gods. Everybody enjoys that bliss, and again it overpowers by this rascal, we can say, fourfold mind and everything. All this nature, three quality Trigunatmika, the form of three qualities, this nature, it overpowers that bliss. It is there, everybody enjoys it. उसी ब्रह्म के आभास रूप आनंद का जो शुक्रयुक्त जीवात्मा के चैतन्य में स्थित है, वीर्य रूप स्वभाव के द्वारा अनुभव करता है, उसी में तादात्म्याध्यास रूप तन्मयता धारण का चित्ती तद्रूप बन जाती है. And that semen, a dust of that semen enjoys its bliss being one with the Absolute for a moment. Whatever bliss we enjoy in this relative world, everything is borrowed from the Absolute only. That is the storehouse. There is no other shop in the market, only one shop. who sells bliss. Only one shop. Whosoever comes to this city, they go to the same shop to purchase a little bliss. And that is available everywhere. If you can pay for it, you will get it. अनंतर यह जीव चित्ती उस वीर्य से पंचभूतात्मक देहरूपता को धारण करती है, यही उसकी उपहितता है। ऐसी स्थिति में उसमें न तो कोई कारणता है और न कोई कार्य रूपता ही है। Now, how the individual beings are formed in nutshell, he says. You see, he says, this supreme power, that means the nature, that means the one which wants to be many, that willpower, that is the supreme power, the willpower, it gets identified with that individual being as a semen. Before that also, in many other different ways they have explained it, the being which has a subtle body and wants to have a gross body for further multiplication or to enjoy more lives and acquire impressions and again go on in the cycle of birth and death, forced as it were by the force of the sanskaras he has collected already. So the individual being after death, when he gives up this body, gross body, for some time, according to the force and nature of these sanskaras, means the impressions collected before, he is directed to stay in a subtler plane for one plane, or from plane to plane it travels for some time according to the nature of his previous karmas. And then when it is exhausted, then again he wants to have a gross body, and again it goes on in a cycle. So it always tries to have a chance to get into somebody's womb, to be a gross body, the subtle body, that is eightfold body. That's why it is called carrying body, Ativahik Sarir. So he searches for looks for the chances how he can create another body. So what he does, there are many methods described in our scriptures. Every one is right, because there is no one method to do gardening, there is no one method to do farming. There are so many methods. Anybody can adopt any method he likes, isn't it? All of us, we sit in the dining hall to eat. Does everybody eat similarly? No. Somebody just swallows, somebody chews it for a long time, somebody throws something, it is not good for me. somebody swallows everything. Different methods, different choice. So in the same way, everywhere there is difference. The difference is the law of nature. So these subtler beings, they also adopt different methods to enter into some womb. Understood now? So different methods. Some say that the subtle body being one with the rainwater, it enters into the grains of the crop, and then it is eaten by the beings, and then it becomes semen and or Raj, the ovum, whatever. And if it has the tendency to have a female body, then it will adopt that form of ovum. And if it has the tendency to have a male body, according to its karma before, it will have a tendency to become semen, and then the fertilization process goes on. Everybody knows what happens in the nature everywhere, not only in the living beings, everywhere the same method. And then the body is created. Anybody, anywhere, somebody is created, and then he takes a form or body to work on further. This body becomes his instrument, just as the instruments in the hands of a gardener or a farmer or any worker. They want some instruments. So body becomes an instrument. In this way, of course, all these are process narrated by Basitji only to explain everything is dependent on the absolute one bliss. Absolute one bliss, and though it is everywhere scattered out, as it were, everywhere its presence is there, yet it is not experienced by everyone because it is overpowered, that we have seen yesterday.
When Atma will come in that body?
Pardon? The same subtle body comes through the grains. And some other different opinions, every opinion is right in its own angle of vision. Some say the subtle body enters into the womb of the mother in a particular time. Some say in 3 months, some say in 6 months, some say in 9 months, after the body is ready. Yes, so from different angles people see it, and everybody is right on his own stand. And some others say differently. Many methods are there. So somehow or other the subtle body finds out some medium to get into that gross body, and gross body, when it is ready for activating, then it comes out of the womb, and slowly, according to the old impressions, memories, it goes on living its life. वही तो, वही है और क्या, अन्नाद भवन्ति भूतानि, पर्जनाद अन्न संभव, इसीलिए पर्जन भी है. तो wherever you enter into the queue, you want to reach the what is that called? Array, the counter. You want to reach the counter for your turn. Anywhere, anyway, you can enter into the queue. You can stand in the end. If somebody is your kith and kin, he will allow you to enter inside, in between.
Can you choose which womb you go to?
Pardon?
Can you choose the womb? Can you choose the womb?
Yes, there is no freedom to choose, but it is chosen according to the force and nature of the previous karmas. It will give a prompting to do something.
So the womb is not inviting it.
No, no. Nothing is done with freedom. Yes, karma. Karma is there. That's why I was telling the story of that king and Lamas Rishi. Karma pradhana vishwa kari rakha, jo jas karai tas phal chakha. The whole world is entangled, it is tied up as it were in a thread of action and reaction law. Everybody, everywhere, everything is tied up, and the whole world works according to this rule.
Maharaj, from a relative point of view, in the case of Kakabhushan, this story,
Yes,
he will also.
yes, everyone what Kakabhusandi. कौन सा खेती का मूली काकाभूषणी हमको तो कोई पूछता नहीं और काकाभूषणी हम आदमी है हमको नहीं पूछते कौवा को पूछ रहे हो वो काकभूषण जी कितना क्या क्या कर्म को भोग किया तभी जा करके चिरंजीवी हुआ और वो चिरंजीविता के लिए उसके गुरु का प्रसाद गुरु का आशीर्वाद उसका अपना प्रयास सब कुछ मिला जुला है एक नहीं और अभिशाप के कारण भी कौवा शरीर पाना सब कुछ दोनों है मिश्रित कर्म इट इज मिक्स्ड अप कर्म some good some bad the whole world is a mixture of 5 elements in different ratios nothing is pure here there is no pure milk available here everything is mixed up okay don't come here for pure milk no purity is here the signboard is written in the front just as this is the house of miseries and problems so also another signboard I put it on the front whatever you get here nothing is pure don't complain we agree no pure object you can get here everything is mixed up with three qualities with karma of good and bad and past and future present and long past everything अभी इसी प्रकार जीव चित्ती that power that will power which is known as the supreme power or the universal energy which is named differently don't forget the same power is in different phases different terms it is known as Mool Prakriti and Maya Trigunaatmika or it is willpower, creative power, and knowledge power, and somewhere it is said creative power, sustaining power, and destructive power. From different angle it is seen and it is termed differently. So that supreme power, it becomes one with that momentary and invisible, say, we can say, that bliss, and enters into the being, and slowly it goes on creating its body and so on. इसी की उपहितता है, यही इसकी उपहितता है. Then it assumes the body made up of 5 gross elements and this is what is called upahitata, means attribute, or what else we can say, title or superimposed form which is not there. That chitti is not seen as the form. The power is not, supreme power is not seen in the form. It is there present. Without its presence, nobody can move a little. That is the tendency to move on. It is hidden in everybody, as it were. And it creates the body and plays with it. How? Just as the little children, having no other toys, they will find out some wheels somewhere, and they 4 wheels they will have, and 2 axes with some wood or some bamboo, and then they make a bullock cart like some structure and tie it, and they will allow a small child to sit there and they will drag it. They will go on playing with it. So they create themselves. Once some people came from Gujarat, elderly people, a group, they were helping our camp, medical camp, and the children were not taken into hospital, they will disturb. So they were playing here. They had nothing to play, and they starting playing, putting the hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go on, oh, this is gone. Then went on playing by themselves. There is no need of any toys. They make their toys from themselves. Yes.
So often people buy toys for kids and more toys and birthday, they offer toys. But then the kids end up opening the kitchen drawer and take the pots and pans and play with that and simple things that
Yes.
they don't use the toys.
They will play with a balloon. For a moment it will burst, gone. And they will play with themselves. They need not, they don't need any toys. So, the chitti, the supreme power, it plays in this world in this way. It needs no outer substance to borrow from somewhere. In this way it goes on creating something and playing with it, changing it, and when one toy is gone on another toy she makes innumerable. Every moment she is most powerful, supreme power, so she can do and undo anything and everything. No restriction. This is her play, this is her game, or you can say miracle. She doesn't go to borrow some materials from some other entity. There is no other entity available here, because one shop only. In the whole city, there is only one shop. When the director of the mall is not present, the madam plays the role. It can do anything and everything. If you want to get something free of cost or whatever you like, you have to contact the director. Or else this madam is very crooked, very tricky magician. She does all sorts of tricks. Be careful. This is how the Mahamaya, the supreme power, works wonder, goes on playing, making different bodies, toys. They are called individual beings. यदि उपाधि युक्त स्वरूप में कोई भी कारण नहीं है, तो वह जीवों का अनागंतुक स्वरूप स्वभाव रूप ही माना जाएगा। स्वभाव ही किसी का चला जाता नहीं। ऐसी स्थिति में जीवों की मुक्ति ही नहीं होगी। इस प्रकार के आशंका करते कहते हैं। कुछ शंका हो गया अभी। क्या हो गया शंका? यदि उपाधि युक्त स्वरूप में कोई भी कारण नहीं है, अभी तो कहा गया ना, जो शरीर का उपाधि को स्वीकार करता है, इसमें जड़ कौन है? चित्ती। खैर कारण तो कर्म है, कर्म तो बाद में आया ना। जब चित्ती चाहेगी तभी तो होगा। चित्ती का तो चमत्कार है। चित्ती supreme power. This is magic show of the magician Chitti, the supreme power. If she doesn't want, no bodies are created, no karma, nothing. So in that case, if there is no cause of the beings, in that case, it is some question, doubt. In that case, if there is no cause for the individual beings, because the supreme power is the cause, it is free, it is independent of itself, so there is no cause for your being a individual being. In that case, because there is no cause behind it, so there is no possibility of getting liberated from this Maya, means the cycle of the supreme power. She is all in all. She will do and undo whatever she likes. You cannot get your liberation. You cannot have effect of your self-effort. Okay? This will be the logical doubt, isn't it? Is it supported by logic? If there is no cause for your being, then there will not be any cause for your getting out of the cycle of this appearance and disappearance, that means birth and death, isn't it? You are not independent. Will there be such doubt? Come on. क्यों चुप?
One second, the question.
This is the question.
One second.
Huh?
May I repeat once again?
If an individual being is totally under the clutches of the Maya, Maya does everything, the supreme power. She is playing the game. Now, Maya, Chitti, where were you? Were sleeping or dozing?
Maya is different thing and Maya and Yog Maya same thing.
Pardon?
Maya and Yog Maya is same thing or different?
Maya and
Yog Maya.
क्या?
Yog Maya.
अरे सब एक ही बात है यार, नाम दे दो ना। दाहिना हाथ और बाएं हाथ एक ही चीज है या अलग अलग चीज है? बोलो।
स्वामी जी ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि फाइनली ग्रेस ऑफ गॉड, लास्ट पेज जो होता है वो ऐसा बोलते
वो फाइनली वो अलग बात है, हम उसको डिसीजन में नहीं आ रहे हैं अभी। हम डाउट को देख रहे हैं, क्या डाउट हो सकता है। डाउट हो रहा है इधर।
So Maya is also one of the games of supreme power.
Yes,
Okay.
that is what everywhere we see in the Gita.
Agreed, Swami.
ये प्रकृते है क्रियमाणानि गुणे ही कर्माणि सर्वसा.
Because it's the pursuit of mind.
Yes, and she is the mind itself.
Yes.
She is the action and reaction. She becomes the form in the body of father and mother. She becomes the child. She gets grows as a body, and she dies. She plays all the role in different ways.
If somebody is not having any kid, that means it's a blessing for her or it's a curse?
Kid means some child.
Child, yeah.
Whether it is blessing or curse, that is different thing. We are talking of the process. If you want it and don't get it, it is a curse. If you don't want,
Maybe God is blessed that God is.
Yes,
so
maybe.
why should I prove?
and where is God here? Here the play is going on by the nature. There is no God here. But nature borrows its power from him. Never mind. But now for the time being, the nature is all in all. She is playing the drama. Okay?
Yes, 100%.
So you have no freedom to have liberation. You cannot do anything. You are not an entity. She is within you. She is doing all the drama. That is what she says. He says, Upahit. Upahit means that Chitti has adopted this body. Understood? Chitti, the supreme power, has adopted this body as an attribute. This is called attribute. As a title.
Body
Yes.
or the mind.
Our body includes everything. The being. This is an attribute on the chitti. Nature creates, that is what we were discussing in the night. Three qualities, sattva, rajas, tamas, they play the game, and it is the work of direction of the supreme power. As she likes, she will do. She will play the game. You have got no identity, as it were. Suppose you are some toys in her hand. That's all. So have you got freedom to do anything? Can you dance as you like? Have you got any free will to dance as you like? Has the puppet any free will?
फ्री है ना स्वामी जी,
हाँ?
कर्म करने के लिए तो फ्री है ना, तो फ्री नहीं है, इधर फ्री है और इधर
कोई फ्रीडम नहीं, कोई फ्रीडम, कर्म करने के लिए भी कोई फ्रीडम नहीं है। तब फिर अहंकार आकर के बैठता है, अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा करता हमिति मन्यते, मैं कर रहा हूँ। यस,
And why do we say sometimes that it depends on your free will? This is what, like astrologers will say, this is the possibility, but your free will can make this or, you
I
know.
mean, somebody can change his or her destiny, this is what.
Sometimes I read that.
your destiny is in your clutches.
Yes.
You can do anything and everything. It is said,
Yes.
isn't it? You can change your destiny. And that is also supported by Gita. Udhared atmana atmanam. You have to save yourself by yourself. That is also said. So which is right, what is, how it is contradicted to each other? You have no freedom. And from one angle, you have all the right to change your destiny. Where to go, what to do? Yes, Guruji.
Maharaj, from a relative point of view, many people they say, oh, meditation किया 4 घंटे 8 घंटे. So now who has done this? Is Maya is doing the meditation?
अरे वो मेडिटेशन में क्यों जा रहे हो? खाना पीना बैठना उठना सवाल करना, इसको क्यों नहीं कौन सवाल पूछ रहा है, इसको पूछो। वो ध्यान तक उधर क्यों चले गए, ये तो पूछो कौन सवाल पूछ रहा है, कौन समझ रहा है, कौन सुन रहा है, इसको पूछो। Who is asking, who is hearing, who is understanding? Why to go so far? Huh? Who is seeing, who is hearing? Who is the person here? Who is that? This is called introspection. This is called introvertness. You have to control your outgoing tendency of the mind and withdraw all the business of the mind from outer world, and you should start contemplating who are you. This is the only way. Who are you?
So बहुत लोग there is many they are saying this ये माया की चक्कर में पढ़ना नहीं फंसना नहीं इसीलिए तो हम मेडिटेशन कर रहे हैं नहीं तो ये सब कर रहा है. But again it is Chitti only who is doing the meditation or Chitti is doing everything.
Everything is a puzzle. Bhul bhulaiya. It is a puzzle. From which angle, on what stand you are talking and understanding, who is talking, who is understanding. This is understood in 1,000 different ways and explained by innumerable people in different ways. As one sees it understands in that way and it explains, it expresses. So in that way it goes on. Who is right, who is wrong? The whole world is wrong. The whole world is wrong. If you cannot keep quiet, you have to break your head in this way. Come on, I will give you a stone. Okay? A hammer. This is called hammer. Hammering again and again. And the brain and the intellect, mind go on. Where are you going? What are you doing? Is this the right way? Can you find something here? Can you get some answers here?
सब कुछ माया कर रही है.
Hide and seek.
Hide and seek game.
That, yes.
Yes.
Upadhi is only the cause of Maya.
Yes.
And the oneness is showing that you play. Recognition.
Hide and seek game. Every moment it is seen and again disappeared. This is going on every moment, everywhere, in all respect. So everything is puzzled. Finally I can say you, the world is a question. The whole world is a question. Wherever you go, the question is before you. The whole creation is a question mark. Understood? Anyhow, coming to our point, this is how the Supreme Power plays the drama. It works wonder, it plays magic, everything. So what he says, if this is the case, then I have no freedom to do anything, neither to think. Who is thinking? Who is trying to understand? So all these complicated questions, so everywhere there is, the question arises, who am I, what am I doing, what for, what is the result, who makes me do all these, what is the purpose? All these questions arise every moment, but we are unaware of it. We are just going somewhere, rising straight from the sleep, deep sleep, sleepwalk. We don't know where we are going and what we are doing, who called you, where are you going, and what for, nobody knows. Sleepwalk. A person gets up from the sleep, somehow or other, and goes on walking in the dark. Have you experienced it? I often give my experience. I heard once such experience. We are some students in a room borrowed from our teacher. We had some time before final exam, matriculation exam, and we wanted to stay away from home because we are disturbed in home. We four or five boys got together and we decided to stay there. And day and night somebody will be appointed to cook for everyone by turn so that others will get time. And we went on with it. Nicely we were getting on. One night, you see, I got up. I heard some sound. Somebody called me outside. I just heard the sound. My name, somebody is calling me outside. So I had no sense who is calling what for. that also that intelligence was not working. Mind was sleeping. Mind had no power to think all these. So I got up. Somebody is calling. I got up and opened the door of the cottage and then went out. The door was open and went out. Near our cottage there was a big playground about 1 kilometer broad. 1 kilometer, big playground. And after that some village was there and some road was there. I went through that playground and went on walking in that road, and ahead there is some jungle. Before jungle, I sat down on a parapet on the roadside for some time, and then I came back. Why I came back, that also I don't know. And came back, entered into the room and slept. I forgot to close the door. I was in sleep only. Why I went out and why I returned, nothing, no cause, nothing, no explanation for it. Just I went and came away. So morning, when the other children get up, Arey, what happened? How this door was open? Was there any thief? Somebody came, entered into our cottage. What happened? They were wondering, what happened? They were asking each other, did you get out before everybody got up? No, I didn't open the door. They were talking like that. Afterwards, when I got up, they asked me, did you open the door? No. Why should I? I had forgotten all that. Evening time, when I looked that side, I remembered, yes, oh, when we go to the playground, evening, then I recollect everything. Arey, I got up and I came this way. I went that way in the road for some time and came back. Everything I got back vividly, all the memory. Then I narrated everything to my friends. Arey, it was I only. This is called sleepwalk. Nothing is known. There is no cause. There is no effect. It is by itself. Mind took that form, it heard some sound, and it was in the sleeping state. So there was no intellect which can find out who called and what for. All these senses are not there. Just somebody called and ears heard the sound and the body got up. Mind is yet sleeping. And the legs went on. This happens. This is called a sleepwalk.
It is the work of subconscious mind.
Subconscious mind also is absent there.
Absent.
No experience it forgets. Or maybe because mind was not there, how to have some memories. Maybe subconscious was witnessing it, something. Or else where from it collects its memories. Anyway, this is how the...
Swamiji, is that regarded as a spiritual
No, nothing. We can learn from it only the point that you are nowhere. Your identity has no reason, no effect, nothing. You are nil, zero. There is no willpower, there is no freedom, there is no non-freedom because you walked. Nothing can be talked on you because everything is topsy-turvy. So this is called sleepwalk, this is called Gorakdhanda. Gorakdhanda means the puzzle.
Who will solve our puzzle, Swami?
Huh?
Who can solve our puzzle, Swami?
You yourself, if you can keep quiet. Don't run behind this puzzle. Then puzzle will disappear by itself. You have created it. None else can help you. That is the only way. So now he says the question is, you have no freedom. Okay?
No freedom.
No freedom because you have no identity. So there is no question of getting liberated from the clutches of Maya and from the cycle of birth and death. Okay? This is the question. What are you going to answer? Come on, Guruji, what are you going to reply? He says, इस प्रकार की आशंका कर कहते हैं, आप जो इस औपाधिक रूप के विषय में कहते हैं कि वह अनागंतुक जीव का स्वभाव ही है, अनागंतुक जीव का स्वभाव है. Now he says, whatever you are now doubting, what are you doubting? There is no free will for me. Who are you? Now the question is, who are you to ask such question? You are nowhere. You cannot put this question. That is the point. Understood now? What right you have to, who are you to ask this? You are nowhere. So who is asking the question? Anagantuk, you are unwelcome guest, unknown, unwelcomed, not come guest. How can you be a guest who has not come? Anagantuk, who has not come. My guest who didn't come here, I fed him nicely. Has it got any meaning? अनागंतुक जीव है. My dear, go to the root. Go to the root. This plant what you are holding in your hand, it is called parasite. Parasite. It has no origin, it has got no end. In the between, somehow on a tree, it has rest and it is taking something, some sap from the tree and growing in the air. उसको क्या कहते हैं? पैरासाइट को क्या कहते? परजीवी. परजीवी, yes. Parajivi, they live on others' blood, just as the leeches and bedbugs. You are a bedbug. What all identities you are collecting, you know. You see, खटमल धीरे चलना. खटमल धीरे चलना. You say, if you go to the root, neither there is any supreme power. It has got no name, no form, no work, no cause, no effect, nothing is there. It is just superimposed some idea which is covering the sky just like a black patch when you muscle your eyes and look at the sky. What do you see? The black patches in the sky. Are they there? In a moment they disappear. That's all. This is how innumerable universes, they are floating in the imaginary sky. Nobody cares for it. Helplessly, meaninglessly. Don't worry, my dear, but can you remain without worries? When the children don't come to ashram in the evening time, I feel restless. With whom I have to fight and shout. It has become my habit. I have to fight with them. Oi, why are you shouting? Keep quiet. Come on, take these toughies. From tomorrow, don't do like that. Hey, why did you not come yesterday? Huh? I have to bang them. This has become a habit. If the children don't come, then I feel restless. This is our condition. This is the condition with everyone. Without bothering, without breaking your head, can you stay for a moment? Look at your mind, how it is running like a mad dog, bitten by a scorpion and drunk some alcohol and given an injection. And in the tail, some naughty boy has tied a fire tap. Look at the mad dog, how it runs. That is the condition of our mind.
Mad elephant.
Mad elephant, mad dog,
So, Swamiji,
hopeless.
when we say that Aham Brahmasmi, is it essential? one
We
thing
shall come to it. And our Swamiji also was telling, then where is the place of self-effort? Why we are breaking our head for liberation? What all these? What are all these?
Why get up at 5?
Yes, what are all these? And why we are sitting in your class meaninglessly to waste our time? All these questions are there. Other side, this question. The other side of the wall, there are so many questions. Huh?
सेल्फ एफर्ट का सेल्फ को पहले रिडिफाइन करना पड़ेगा.
वही तो कौन करेगा? वो हम कौन है? इसी के ऊपर तो चल रहा है लड़ाई. हम कौन है?
Is self-effort grace?
Grace.
Is self-effort grace?
Grace.
Grace. Yes.
Grace.
Grace, self-effort is grace.
Is it?
We shall come to this point afterwards. Now the topic will be disturbed. It will lose its charm. Okay? We shall come, what for we struggle so much? And what do we gain? All these, yesterday evening we were discussing how to increase sattva in Gita class. What is called sadhana, spiritual practice. Why should we break our head to raise the legs up, head down, doing asana and pranayam? Why? What for? What is necessary is there? What need? So we shall come to the point. When we are discussing one side, we shall see the opposite, don't worry. What does he reply? Let us see. See? This is the question. So what is the reply? Let us hear. Then we shall come to our question again. Have patience. आप जो इस उपाधिक रूप के विषय में कहते हैं कि वह अनागंतुक जीव का स्वभाव ही है, वह आपका कथन किसी अर्थ से पूर्ण नहीं है, यानी वह कोई मूल्य ही नहीं रखता, क्योंकि स्व और स्वभाव में कोई प्रतियोगी और व्यवच्छेद है ही नहीं। स्व और स्वभाव सारांश यह है कि स्व शब्दार्थ में से युक्त जो भाव है, स्वभाव है ना, जीव का वो स्वभाव है, अनागंतुक जीव, यही तो स्वभाव शब्द का अर्थ है। यहाँ स्व शब्द का अर्थ यदि शुद्ध आत्मा मान लिया जाए तो शुद्ध वस्तु अद्वितीय है, अतः न तो वह प्रतियोगी है और न इसका कोई व्यवच्छेद ही है। इसीलिए अव्यावर्तक, किसी से भिन्नता न करने वाले, स्व शब्दार्थ से भिन्न भाव शब्दार्थ का निरूपण न हो सकने के कारण स्व शब्दार्थ विशिष्ट भाव शब्दार्थ का स्वभावार्थ का साधन करना ही नहीं हो सकता है। He is explaining the situation. Whatever question you are putting, that question is not a question. He is going to the root and he says, your question is baseless. Why? How? He says, you are asking the question on the individual being. The individual being cannot say you or he or she or I. Let it be anybody who has asked the question. He is a being. So that being is not at all found. When I went to it to know what is the meaning of the question, you asked me some question. When I am going to reply you, you are not found there. So whom shall I answer? You have disappeared. Understood now? No. The questioner, who is asking the question? Who is he? He is a being, he is some person, he is some identity, isn't it? Can you deny it? So, that is what we were discussing, how this being is there. The beings are created by, just before it we discussed, it is created by the supreme power, the magic power of supreme, isn't it? It takes that form. That is what we discussed just now, isn't it?
And to whom to ask the question?
Yes. Who is asking? Can a toy ask the question to the child who is playing with the toy? Huh?
Okay.
The toy is never born. It has nothing to do. It cannot put a question. There is no question. There is no bondage, so there is no freedom. So no question. You are not bound. That is what I was giving you the example of that 10th mule. 10th mule. 10वां खच्चर का नाम मैं लिया था ना, एक कोई था एक लेबर, उसका 10 खच्चर थे। खच्चर सामान ढोने वाले गधे, गधे और घोड़ा का क्रॉस ब्रीड। The donkey and horse, the cross breed is called mule. It has more strength to carry things. It had 10 mules. Every day it had to take all the mules for carrying some luggage from one place to other place and on his livelihood. And after, in the evening, it leaves the mules for grazing, and at night when they come to the shed, there are some pegs and they are tied by legs only. The mules are not tied by neck. So, all the mules are tied up every day by some rope to some pegs in the shed. One day what happened? The owner of the mules, somehow when he comes at the evening, he could not get a rope. Somebody has taken the rope for some other purpose. There is no rope on the one, near one peg. So he tied up all the 9 mules. And this mule, there is no rope, it cannot tie it. So it pretended just as it is tying up, caught a hold of the leg and did like this, tossed the leg, and it pretended as he tying the leg. And mule also understood, yes, I am tied up. And morning when the owner comes, he frees all the 9, but this, because he has not tied it, so he did not untie it. But the mule is not going out. All other mules, they are free to go and they run out. And this mule is standing, one leg steady, and as much as the owner beats it, it is not moving the leg. I am tired. What has happened to this fellow? So suddenly he got the idea, oh, last night I pretended, now I have to pretend again to untie. So, so he got hold of the leg and pretended as if he is untying the leg. And the moment it is done, the mule runs after the other mules. It thought, I am free now. This is how this example is given. it is applicable to all of us who is trying to have freedom and liberation. Untie your tie. Vidyante hridaya granthi siddhyante sarva sansayaha. When you are untied from the body, you are the consciousness, you are tied up with the body made by the nature, and you have become one, and when your karma is exhausted and you understand you have worked hard, then you will be untied, you will be the seer of the body, you will be the witness of the body. So you are untied from the body, and all the doubts will be clarified. So in this way, it is called liberation. This is called liberation. You are never tired. How can one tie you up? How? But mentally, by desires, by attachment, by association, by thinking he is my friend, he is my foe, he is my brother, he is my enemy. They don't belong to my family. I am something else. I am of a higher caste. They are of lower caste. They are Muslims. I am Hindu. All these thoughts which create all sorts of nonsense. This is called bondage. All these are not at all there. Huh?
Yes, no doubt.
But we have been habituated. Just as the water flows in a particular furrow and it is obstructed by the two banks of the river, it has to flow in the particular course. It cannot overflow. That's how we have been habituated to think in that. And the flow is called mind, flow of the thoughts. That's all.
That's the mistake we have done by adding 10 plus 3 instead of multiplying.
Yes, that is what I told you yesterday. Instead of 10 into 3, writing 30, we have written 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. So how can you get freedom? How can you get marks? Huh?
This is called true dispersion, Swami.
Huh?
This is called true dispersion.
Dispersion, discrimination, introspection, satsang, and everything, whatever you have heard, everything helps you. Into. If you are two, if you are somebody, then you go on breaking your head as long as the piece of head is there, go on crushing it. That is what make it paste. That is what our Kabir Das says, Mai mata mana mari re, nanha kari kari pisi, taba sukha pavai sundari, brahmajal kaisi si. Oh my dear, go on crushing, go on grinding your ego into ground, make it a paste and lick it. And then only when ego is licked, it is zero, there is no I, then only the I is united with its the eternal bride. It is they join together, that is called union. with the absolute. Then only that flash will be there in your head, forehead. You can see that light. Then only, as long as the ego is there, darkness prevails everywhere. No trace of light. And so-called light, it is a screen over your eyes, sight. So now did you understand? Did you follow the point? He says there is no being. There is no identity whatsoever. Some toy, as it were, it is made by the Supreme Power. The method he explained before, just before. So there is no being. And in the very beginning he gave the definition of a being. Whatever you perceive as what, wherever, in whatever situation, at whatever time, as you see it, perceive it, take it as a being. That's all. There is no particular, take it as a being. What is the definition of being? There is no particular universal definition of a being. As you see, that is a being. Because you can see only by limiting. Your eyes are limited, your ears are limited, all your senses are limited. They are ever changing. So whatever contact they get, they are changing and limited. So whatever you perceive, that is not the right thing. How many times we discussed what you perceive, that is not real like that to me. It is different. 100 times we have discussed it. Your world is different from my world. You see the beautiful, smelly flower, you enjoy the fragrance of it, whereas the caterpillar enjoys its food, so delicious food. How can you say your world is the right world? It is not so. So this is how your beinghood, you are something which is not there. You are something which is not so. How can you accept it? I am something what is not. Hare, I am something. If you say so, I shall agree. Your existence is truth. You are not the name. Your contentment is the truth. You are contented that you exist, you do exist. That is truth. Your awareness of your existence, that is true. We cannot deny it. But your name and form, as you look at your body and all these actions, they are just magic show. They are not right. Understood now? And this is again and again we discuss it. The letter is hidden in the envelope. You have to open out the envelope and go through the subject therein. Okay? Then you will know the truth. What is hidden, secret, what information your friend has sent to you. Without opening it, how can you know? Got the point? Your outer identity is non-entity. So, your question is baseless, meaningless. and it is worthless. You are nowhere found. So whom to I shall reply? No answer. Okay. And what do you think of your freedom? How do you think, what is the meaning of your freedom? What you understand as freedom, that is not the real meaning. What you understand as your freedom or liberation, that is not so. So how can I answer you? You are putting the wrong question. Got the point?
Yeah, when we put the question to self, we find immediately no time.
No time. You
So
put
where
it.
there is a possibility of question.
No question, no answer. Now, the being is not found. Anagantuk, the being is not, it has not come from any place at any condition to ask the question. Who is asking the question? You see the hosts who came, no, the rabbits who came last night and they were fighting against each other outside the gate, and they were fighting, and all their horns were fallen down. And morning when I went for a walk, I was hurt by those horns. They were so you see, sharp. I have to go to AIMS. I am feeling so pain. What is the medicine? Can you say me? The horns of the rabbit which fell down last night, it struck me. I am severely wounded. What medicine can I use? What ointment? Can you have any drops? Your homeopathic drops, can you cure me? This is how your question is. So tomorrow we shall see further. Okay? We have to understand the first point. We are discussing on the similarity between the individual being and the universal being, isn't it? And truly speaking, its meaning is we are discussing about the reddish glittering horizon at the evening time, at the sunset, and between the darkness. We are discussing what is the difference. What is the difference between that glittering sky and dark sky? How will you discuss it? Sky has no color. All these are your imaginations. Neither it is golden nor it is dark. And you are breaking your head. Comparison between the two. Where from all those 7 colors appear in the rainbow? Who colors it? So all these questions are baseless and answers are also will of that nature. If something is answered to you, that will be baseless, meaningless answer. Okay? I shall give you a beautiful story on it. Yes?
Whereas from a relative point of view, this Jiva Gantu,
Jiva?
Jiva Gantu, Jiva Gantu,
Anagant,
Anagantu.
Anagantuk, who has not come.
So should we understand the logical value, either we should give a deception or should we understand like it is like a kalpana imagination?
Why you should understand and go to all those words? He is telling it is attribute. It is not the reality. Just now we discussed before it. Why should you go out of the way? We just discussed just before. The being is created by only imagination of the Supreme Power. It took this form which is called attribute as a being. Just as the Pappu became Ram, played the part of Ram, role of Ram. So how can you compare between Pappu and Ram? Where is Ram? You go on asking questions on Ram. Swamiji, you see, I looked at that jata of Ram. It was little slacked. From one side it was upward, other side it was covering the half of the ear. How it happened? Ramji, did he not ask the barber to make it all right? When he went to jungle, if you ask such a question, what shall I answer? Pappu has no jata. The Pappu boy, neither he has got any jata, now he is made up, nothing has happened. So what answer shall I give? Now, our point was what? No Pappu.
Oh, you had a story to tell. You said you have a story to tell.
Yes. What is that story?
Which story?
If you disturb in between, the mind goes away from the track.
You were talking about the sky, comparing glittering sky and the rainbow and the colors.
Yes,
How
yes.
rainbow, where the
Where from this? Yes. Where from these colors came? Who colored this rainbow? Where from all these came? There are several jokes I have told you. You see, that Jew, story of the Jew I have told you. Story of the Jew.
that
Sardar. Sardar takes the form of it, wears the skin of the bear, it becomes a bear. Others Sardar goes to other, other cage, it covers up the tiger skin, it becomes a tiger. Okay? If you ask the question, how can that tiger, where it will be buried after its death and where it will be taken, what will be the cost of that tiger's skin, who will purchase it? All these questions if you put on that tiger. The tiger was not there, my dear. The Sardar is covering himself with the tiger skin, he is becoming tiger. You see in the villages, that bullock dance and tiger dance, isn't it? They do. They take all these forms and they make up their body like that and they dance. So do you think, can you put some questions on the tiger, on the bull or something? Assumed form? It is not there, my dear. Accept it. All the questions are solved. Why do you forget it?
And who colors the rainbow, Swamiji?
Huh?
Who colors the rainbow?
There is no color. No color. It is your eyes, not all the eyes see the color. Where from that yellow color come to a patient of kya hua? Jaundice. Who colored all these trees with yellow color? For the jaundice patient. And I gave you the story of that buffalo who ate all the dry husk when it is put a green spectacle of green oil paper on its eyes, it sees everything green. It is your sight. You see it. How many times I have to repeat whatever you see, it is not so. There is no color, there is no rainbow, there is no bow. It is only water drops. How can this sky be colored with golden rays? Who will color it? Nobody does it. It is our assumption. No question over it, no comparison on it. Just see it, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Isn't it? When you see the bullock dance in the village, do you put any question? Where from they purchased this bull? Did you ever ask such question? The bull is not there. Okay? In this way, the world is not there. My dear, forget the world where you are and forget yourself, what are you? Keep quiet. Behead your head, and if it oozes blood, lick it, keeping the head on the palm. Okay? That is who? Bhadrakali or Chinnamasta. Then you can realize the truth. If you can kill yourself by your hand and drink your blood by yourself, then only you can know the truth. Wherever that eye is peeping its head, you can understand nothing. Zero. Okay, tomorrow again we shall see. Hari Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevamashishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Sabda Brahma ki Saraswati Maharani ki jai. Jogavasirji Bhagavan ki jai.